All right, kids, grab your boots. We got to move quick on this one. I just tried to get through it in under 5 minutes. It's going to be tight. 5 QR code marketing myths and misconceptions. This one you probably want to go back and look at too. We've got some funny pictures. I'm going to stop talking because I told you I'm short on time. Were QR codes too ahead of their time when usage first spiked in the 2010s? It's fair to say that there was a lot of confusion on how to engage with the technology. They were introduced in a pre-iPhone world after all, so consumers didn't readily have the tools to use the codes. Some marketers didn't know how to use the technology either, as evidenced by some of these QR code fails, courtesy of Business Insider. Some brands didn't account for fast-moving objects. This is a speeding subway zooming past a very small QR code. I don't know what they were trying to do there. Others may have fired their media buyers by now. Probably. This is a QR code on like a vertical wall scape on the side of a building like 80 feet up. That's no bueno. Even others failed to consider that ink fades, but stupidity lasts forever. Someone got a QR code tattoo. I'm quite curious actually where that one redirects to. But it's safe to say QR codes have come a long way since these early days. But there's still a lot of confusion about the technology, so we're going to talk about some of that today. Myth number 1, marketing campaigns can only contain web addresses. It's true that QR codes can contain up to 4,296 characters, including words and phrases such as URLs. However, web addresses are just the tip of the iceberg, as QR codes can instantly provide users with hundreds of data pieces. In addition to web addresses, brands can embed email addresses, links to in-store payments, telephone links, map locations, contact cards, direction, and all sorts of other additional bonus top secret content. Basically, QR codes are really only as limited as the internet itself. Links can go literally anywhere, so the sky's the limit. Myth number 2, no one scans QR codes these days. Consumer awareness of QR codes is at its highest in Asia. For example, QR usage in China is almost synonymous with smartphone usage. 70% of the country's population uses QR codes to make payments. I thought that was pretty interesting. So while the United States is a little behind the rest of the world in terms of adoption, it's changing rapidly. Juniper Research predicted the number of QR code coupons redeemed via mobile will reach 5.3 billion by 2022, compared to an estimated 1.3 billion in 2017. That's nuts. The Apple iOS 11 update in 2017 helped spawn this widespread adoption when it introduced native support for QR codes. As both consumer tech continues to integrate QR codes into the mix, it's safe to assume that adoption will only spread. QR codes are not as cutting edge as they once were. Lies. All lies. A lot of debate about QR versus NFC. NFC is very cool tech. It's how the Google and Apple Pay systems work, right? You just hold your phone close to the thing. It takes your money. Awesome. But QR code, it's utilitarian. QR codes have been around. They got the staying power, and now they have the practicality of being that bridge between the offline and the online world. QR codes are here to stay, folks. United States is projected to, smartphone users in the United States projected to reach 290.64 million. I forgot about some of these stats. Because codes only require a smartphone to scan, campaigns extend beyond demographics and reach both young and old consumers. Myth number 4. QR code marketing doesn't provide useful analytics. It's true that QR codes may not provide out-of-the-box analytics. And depending on how you use the code, that metric that matters the most as a leading indicator to actions such as downloads or views may be all the analytics that you actually need. However, brands can incorporate dynamic QR codes to optimize campaigns. There's 2 types of QR codes. Dynamic QR codes, which are trackable, meaning that user information is tracked once a scan is completed, and static QR codes, which they don't do that. While the former can be edited at any time and provide brands with really important data, the latter is generally used for plain text, email, or SMS codes, just the basic stuff. Below are some metrics that dynamic QR codes can actually provide. Operating system, location by city, total number of scans, unique scans, return on investment, a lot of really cool analytics. QR codes have limited capabilities. That's myth number 5. And gosh, we're just running out of time. This one you're going to have to finish on your own, but check it out. We're learning a lot about QR codes, and we think that there's going to be some pretty good opportunities for brands in 2021 to integrate them with their marketing. We'll see you guys next time.